In LA this week.
I'm Anna Marcos. A spike in LGBT crime has City Attorney Mike Feuer asking victims to step forward. That's coming up.
Hundreds hit the ground running and walking to help some of our most vulnerable residents. The story coming up.
I'm Rasha Goel. Up next, what the city is doing to achieve zero waste by 2025, but what you as Angelinos can also do.
Hello and welcome to LA This Week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yana Kay. Well, hate across the country has become a trend, and it doesn't appear to be going away. LA City Attorney Mike Feuer stands up for one group whose members have become a regular target for hate: LGBT and transgender people. Anna.
Yana, according to City Attorney Mike Feuer, half of all hate crimes are never reported. And he says a new uptick in crimes against LGBT people is especially alarming. He wants those victims to step up and be counted.
People need to feel comfortable coming forward, that they'll be embraced when they come forward, whether it's a transgender victim, a victim of white supremacy, or anyone else.
A show of force by City Attorney Mike Feuer and the LGBT community, as a new Department of Justice report shows hate crimes went up by 24% last year, and they have stayed up. City Attorney Mike Feuer puts the blame partly on the U.S. administration.
And I have no doubt that there has been an emboldening of hate. There has been license given for speech associated with hate. Charlottesville is just one expression of that. And it really underscores the urgency with which we have to be addressing this problem.
Another alarming statistic: the LGBT community has become the most targeted group in LA County, especially transgender people. Nationally, crimes against them are up 72%.
I'm also a hate crime survivor. When you survive a hate crime, you feel hopeless. You feel ashamed, and you feel like there is no future for you.
The city attorney's office has a victim assistance program that helps victims get counseling, financial restitution, and more. Their new website is helplacrimevictims.org, and there's more.
We also just launched a smartphone mobile app, which just came out recently, available on the Google Play Store and iTunes, and you can search Victim Assistance Program. You can download that app for free.
The big message here is, if you are a victim of hate crime, any hate crime, stand up for your rights by reporting it. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
Well, you didn't do anything wrong, but your apartment landlord wants you out. Did you know he or she has to pay you several $1,000s to relocate if you live in certain buildings? Well, a lot of people don't know this. That's the reason for a recent seminar. Gil Reyes has more from Westlake. Gil.
Yes, Yana, very important information that renters in the city of Los Angeles need to know, and many of them don't know because the rules are constantly changing. But the seminar in the Westlake district aims to educate them about tenants' rights.
Entonces, ¿cuáles son mis derechos? Vamos a hablar un poquito de los derechos de inquilino.
Tenant advocates give the information to Spanish-speaking apartment renters gathered at Hoover Elementary School.
I think it's important information to share for others.
Candida Rodriguez was totally unaware of recent changes to the city's Cash for Keys program. It allows landlords to pay tenants to move out. The program only applies to rent-controlled housing, and what many tenants don't know is that landlords must pay between $8,000 and $20,000 for relocation. The $20,000 maximum buyout is usually reserved for low-income families with kids.
There's still some landlords who are not complying with the law and are offering very, very low, $2,000, $3,000 when maybe the family qualified for $20,000.
This provision kicked in early 2017 with the help of LA City Councilman Gil Cedillo. And low-wage tenants want more.
I know people now, they have the rent too high.
The good news is, if you live in units built before 1979, your rent can only increase between 3% and 10% a year tops. Anything more than that is usually against the law. Cedillo's office is working to expand this low rate to more people and buildings.
There's currently a state law that prohibits the city of Los Angeles from expanding rent control. A lot of tenants don't know that. So when they call our office, they're very upset and very frustrated that we can't do anything beyond the current RSO or rent control. We want to let them know that we're on their side.
You also have rights. If you feel you're being gypped by an unscrupulous landlord, call Councilman Cedillo's office at 213-473-7001. Staffers say if their office can't help you, they'll refer you to someone who can. I'm Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
Under the Cash for Keys program, tenants also have 30 days to back out of the agreement from the day of signing. Landlords also have to register Cash for Keys agreements with the city. On the second floor of City Hall is a diner that's helping at-risk youth improve their lives. It's also the site of the city's latest computer giveaway for young people who could really use the technology. Gil Reyes shows us.
I don't know, they just surprised us out of nowhere, and I think it's very awesome.
Dulce Gonzalez, a staffer at City Hall's Homeboy Diner, is one of 5 diner workers, happy to receive free computers to take home. This all started with a conversation Gonzalez had with a customer.
And I just told them how hard it was for me to do my homework because I didn't have access to internet, and I had to go back and forth to Homeboys to do classwork and everything because everything now is online.
Someone overheard the conversation and hooked Gonzalez up with the city's Our Cycle LA program. Our Cycle takes old city department office computers and refurbishes them for people in need. The effort led by Council President Herb Wesson, the city's information technology agency, and other partners.
We then partnered to get free internet, and now we're going to be able to give people free internet till 2021, and up to this point we've given away thousands. 3,000. We've given over 3,000 of these revamped, refurbished computers to people who need it.
Homeboy Diner offers jobs, training, and support for young people cycling out of gangs. Daniel Diaz is a dad and college student working towards a brighter future.
I don't have a computer at home, and I just appreciate the opportunity and the individuals that participate in this program too.
From the latest Our Cycle giveaway at City Hall's Homeboy Diner, I'm Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
The city hired the nonprofit Human IT to refurbish the PCs with the latest technology. While refurbishing old computers is just one way the city is giving back to the environment, another is a new recycling program that's all about making sure nothing goes to waste. Rasha Goel has more.
The day started off at the Athens Services Material Recovery Facility in Sun Valley, where tons of waste is being recycled and won't end up at a landfill.
Last year, we recovered and diverted over 200,000 tons of material from going to landfills and putting it back in the marketplace. And our goal is that by 2020, we double that number in collaboration with the City of Los Angeles.
The collaboration entails a new recycling and waste collection program called Recycla. Angelenos can do their part to reduce waste in businesses, schools, and restaurants.
It's a way in which, through minimal effort, separating recyclables from residual trash is one simple way in which everyone can participate.
High-tech facilities such as this one are changing the waste industry. This $50 million recycling facility is helping clean up the environment and pollution communities have suffered from for years.
Landfilling is harmful to the environment. It destroys our natural resources.
Facilities such as this one help reduce the city's dependence on landfills. Now, this is all part of the city's commitment to become the first city in the nation to achieve zero waste by the year 2025. At the same time, Angelenos need to do their part. Here are some tips when it comes to recycling.
Make sure that your bottles are clean primarily, and the clear plastics in particular, but also detergent bottles, for example. Containers that are like mixed materials, those tend to be not very recyclable, so try to avoid those, as well as materials that are dirty. Other things that you can recycle is cardboard and paper, of course. You have to also recycle, you should recycle your aluminum cans, anything that's metal. But if it's that aluminum foil, it's too thin and that actually does not recycle very well.
For more information on the program, you can visit recycla.com. In Sun Valley, I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
Other events celebrating America Recycles Day included reducing food waste demonstrations at local restaurants and classroom events teaching kids about recycling. Well, small efforts can certainly make a big impact. Rasha Goel has more on how residents came together to help clean up one of the city's precious treasures.
Bags quickly piled up as volunteers gathered to support the 34th annual LA River cleanup. Volunteers helped beautify the LA River Greenway Trail starting at Laurel Grove Avenue in Studio City.
This is a much used bike path and running path, and it has lots of debris and trash on both sides of the river. So we're out here today with 200 volunteers to pick up trash, remove graffiti, remove any debris on both the city side and the county side, because the river is operated by both sides.
The Greater San Fernando Valley Chamber of Commerce, who led the effort, has been leading cleanup efforts for over 30 years. This year, the focus was the LA River.
It's really fun, and you get to meet new people.
Volunteers included kids from schools and community organizations.
It's very dirty, but hopefully we can clean it up soon.
It's good to help the community because when you're helping the community, you're helping lots of people. And you're helping animals because you don't want any animals to eat trash, and if they do, they could get really sick, and you need animals to be in the world.
Small kids making a large impact for all of us. I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
The cleanup was also supported by Councilmember Paul Krikorian's office. While the Asian American faith-based community is honoring those who improve the quality of life in their neighborhoods, they team up with the LA Human Relations Commissions for this awards event. Anna Marcos has more.
Asian Americans, faith leaders, and the city's Human Relations Commission got together to hand out these community awards. The event shone a spotlight on Asian Americans making a difference in their faith communities.
And this is the first time that they've had a non-Anglo Asian American as the moderator for the Presbyterian Church in America. And I think that's breaking barriers, and that's what they wanted to honor me for.
Yeah, I'm getting an award this evening for the work I did when I was lead pastor at Evergreen Baptist Church of Los Angeles to actually make it a welcoming space for Asian American Christians who identify as LGBTQ.
The awards were the culmination of a 3-day summit that touched on faith, race and economic equality, and much more in the Asian community.
We were talking about the issue of race and how that really affects people on all levels, the quality of their education, the type of housing that they receive, and how they're being treated in different aspects of our society.
So this summit is to really equip leaders in our community, particularly with a focus on the Asian community, in building bridges across different sectors.
Economically, I think a lot of people are suffering. We have housing issues, we have healthcare issues, we have homelessness.
In this room, at least, churches, government, and people all finding a way to work together to find solutions and honor those who have in a community that often doesn't get a lot of attention. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
The Human Relations Commission works on issues affecting interracial relations, human rights, equality, homelessness, immigration, battered women, housing, and more. Well, think it's sci-fi? Well, think again. Real technology on land and in the air will drastically change mobility as we know it. Gil Reyes shows us what experts have in store from Lacrette's Innovation Campus.
Remember the Jetsons? The cartoon family from the future got around in flying cars, an innovation that may not be too far away.
People will be
coming to the airport in flying vehicles in the and not airplanes, in their own sort of flying taxis in the not too distant future. So within 10 years for sure.
John Rassant makes the fascinating prediction which could drastically reduce vehicle traffic around traffic-plagued LAX. Rassant is chairman of the New Cities Foundation, a global nonprofit that researches how emerging technologies could impact cities. He and other experts are in downtown for an event called LA Comotion.
Bringing people here together to look at how are we going to move, how are we going to connect, whether it's goods, whether it's people, what are the cutting edge technologies, and LA has always been brave about embracing those, and how can we work with companies to really suit them to improve the quality of life for all of us.
Mayor Eric Garcetti takes a look at Arkimoto SRKs. These two-seater electric vehicles take up little space, can travel up to 80 miles an hour, and have surprisingly large storage space. They're also called FUVs, the F standing for fun. Expect them on the market in 2018. But who needs drivers? Experts say totally autonomous vehicles could be shuttling Angelenos to and from work in a few years. The city's Information Technology Agency wants to be ready.
So part of it is pulling data out of the systems, understanding where people are getting picked up and dropped off for their Uber or Lyft rides, being able to understand how people are using curb space differently.
Fewer traditional cars on the road could reduce pollution and free up space for more housing and parks. So it's time to embrace the not-so-distant future. The time to get ready is now. From Lacrette's Innovation Campus in downtown's Arts District, I'm Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
By the way, the sticker price for one of those SRKs is around $12,000. Well, Angelenos pitched in for a day to run, walk, and raise money to help those who are homeless. Anna Marcos takes us to the Homewalk event through city streets, a joint effort between the city and the United Way of Greater Los Angeles.
Plenty of colorful characters around to kick off the 11th annual Homewalk in downtown LA. Runners and walkers of all shapes and sizes burst out of the starting line as the 5-kilometer run and walk event hit the road. Some of them quite noisy. Others just curious and friendly. Families, groups, people with baby buggies, people and their dogs, and kids. Lots of kids. All hoofing it for a good cause, ending homelessness in LA.
Since we work and live in USC, this is an important cause for us. We see homeless every day.
It was a great cause to be able to go through LA, to see all of it, and also go past some of the people that are impacted by this cause.
Some advocate for the homeless not just on this day, but every day, like this guy.
I once was homeless myself, me and my son. I wasn't always homeless. I had a job. I worked 9 to 5 like everybody else. The company I worked for went out of business and I found myself homeless.
Apparently there were teams, all working to raise money for their run. Team Garcetti raised a hefty $10,000, but SoCal Gas pulled out all the stops, raising a whopping $108,000.
You can say yes to ending homelessness in Los Angeles. Can you say yes? 1, 2, 3, yeah!
Keep on running, keep on walking.
Yup, we think pretty much everyone was saying yes at this Homewalk event. Angelenos have also been saying yes over the past year as they voted in Prop HHH and Measure H, 2 laws that will tax LA voters to help pay for building homeless housing.
You opened your hearts, you opened your wallets, and you said in no uncertain terms that we will end homelessness in Los Angeles.
But it wasn't all sweat and good deeds. Everyone who crossed the finish line got a medal, as these happy faces show. And then it was time to let loose at all the fun events. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
The Homewalk event raised more than $1 million in one day for homeless housing. While the city welcomes another permanent housing complex for homeless veterans, Bike Share comes to Griffith Park, and South LA residents celebrate a new park in their neighborhood. All these stories in Citybeat. Mayor Eric Garcetti joined other city and county officials at the grand opening of Silver Star Apartments, a permanent supportive housing complex for homeless veterans. The 49-unit development is the first zero-net energy multifamily affordable housing project in LA. This affordable development is also the first permitted system for indoor graywater reuse in LA and is estimated to save over 500,000 gallons of water per year. The Housing Authority of the City of Los Angeles has committed $10.5 million in housing assistance payments over the next 15 years. The City of Los Angeles Department of Rec and Parks is working with OFO, a bike share company, to give visitors to Griffith Park a new, easy, and fun way of getting around. With thousands of visitors coming to Griffith Park daily, officials say bike share is convenient, affordable, and hassle-free. Riders simply download the OFO mobile app and scan a QR code on the license plate to unlock a bike. Once you download the app, a map in the app shows the location of nearby bikes. When the trip is over, riders can park anywhere in compliance with local laws. The trip costs $1 per hour. The Department of Rec and Parks, along with Councilmember Marquise Harris-Dawson, celebrated the grand opening of Vermont Miracle Park. The property, located in the South Los Angeles region, has been transformed into a new green space developed through a community-led plan. Amenities include bright-colored playground, adult fitness equipment, drought-tolerant landscaping, and sustainable design elements. Vermont Miracle Park is number 39 of the city's 50 Parks Initiative program designed to address park disparity across the city. The park will provide new recreational opportunities for youth and their families in a community that lacks green space. Well, who doesn't want to be well-groomed? Well, thanks to a program started by a young girl and the city, homeless individuals recently had the chance to enjoy some pampering. Rasha Goel has more.
At the age of 10, Chloe Thompson is the CEO of her nonprofit Chloe Cares. Her mission: to support the homeless community and motivate other kids to be the change in their community. And she recently partnered with the city's Department of Recreation and Parks to bring free grooming services to those in need.
We're here at Gladys Park in Skid Row, and we have cuts in the park. And this was actually an idea of this young lady right here.
I just thought it would be great to give people who need haircuts to have haircuts, and also give to have them to take showers, and it's just what I really wanted for them to have.
Services included free haircuts, showers, shaves, resource booths, giveaways, and much more.
They're good. They're good to go. They know what they're doing.
With homelessness in the park becoming an issue, the Department of Recreation and Parks felt it was necessary to provide basic hygiene services to help improve public safety.
They're taking their hard-earned money, and they're showing us love as well. We're showing them love, you know what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful thing.
For many here, a beautiful gift created by a young humanitarian mind. I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
Chloe Cares was started by Chloe Thompson in 2015. Well, a Disney classic tells the tale as old as time. Kick off the holiday season by hitting the ice rink or enjoy a community parade in Echo Park. All this in this week's Things to Do.
Little town, it's a quiet village.
Casa 0101 Theater and TNH Productions, in association with LA Councilmember Gil Cedillo, are proud to present Disney's Beauty and the Beast. This classic story follows Belle, a young woman in a provincial town, and the Beast, who is really a young prince trapped in a spell placed by an enchantress. If the Beast can learn to love and be loved, the curse will end, and he will be transformed to his former self. But time is running out. If the Beast does not learn his lesson soon, he and his household will be doomed for all eternity. The play starts December 8th and runs until January 21st at Casa 0101 Theater, located at 2102 East 1st Street. For more, visit casa0101.org. You gotta have some fun on the ice this winter season, so strap on your skates or rent some and hit the Pershing Square Ice Rink. The 7,200 square foot rink will be open through January 15th, and more than 50,000 people are expected to strap on the blades during the 2-month run. Lots of events are planned on the ice that'll sure to keep the whole family entertained. For a list of events, go to holidayicerinkdowntownla.com. It's the season of parades, and Echo Park is hosting its annual community parade along Sunset Boulevard between Vince Scully Avenue to Park Avenue. Thousands of residents from Echo Park and surrounding neighborhoods sit on the sidelines to watch the 50 more parade entries, including Santa, celebrate the holiday season. This year's parade theme is Golden Memories of Echo Park, and it takes place Saturday, December 9th from 11 to 2 p.m. For more, visit echoparkcommunityparade.com. And that's a look at some things to do. Well, that's going to do it for this edition. I'm Yana Kane from all of us here at LA This Week. Thanks for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org. You can also follow and like us on Facebook. We'll see you back here next week for more of LA This Week.